The holiday season can be a stressful time and can be a bit hectic, so when it comes to making breakfast, it should be something comforting and stick to your bones good. So that's why I'm partnering with Farmer John today to bring you a sausage, biscuit, and gravy dish that'll be the best gift of the season. Okay, so first we're gonna start by making our base, our biscuits. These are those fluffy buttermilk biscuits that you typically get at one of those breakfast diners, except you're gonna make these at home. All right, I'm starting with some flour and I'll add that into a large bowl. Then I'll add some sugar, baking powder, baking soda, some kosher salt. By the way, if you guys want the exact amounts to the recipe, I'll have it listed out in the description box below. And now with my whisk, I'll just give it a mix. All right, so our flour mixture is done. So now I'm gonna incorporate in some fat. I have a whole stick of butter, and typically when I make biscuits, I like them to be nice and flaky and fluffy. So we're gonna grate the butter in. I don't have a pastry cutter, and I find that this is the best way to get really crumbly pieces that'll make our biscuits, or even like pies, nice and flaky. So I'm just gonna grate it, make sure the butter is super duper cold. Of course it's gonna melt in my hand a little bit, but we could just refreeze the whole mixture after. And we're gonna grate the whole stick. If it starts getting a little slippery, just kind of move it around, twist it, turn it, but make sure you don't cut yourself. This large piece is gonna go right in here, and then I'm just gonna break everything up with my hands. Now with my hands, I'm just gonna mix everything up and make sure each piece of butter is coated with flour and broken up into small pieces. You almost wanna work the flour into the butter, so I find that doing this works really well. And then we're gonna add some buttermilk, or you can use whole milk mixed with a tablespoon of vinegar, and that'll make buttermilk. Now I'm just gonna pour it in and mix it with my flour mixture just until it comes together. Okay, that looks about good. Anytime I'm doing like wet ingredients with a dry ingredients for baking, I try not to overwork the dough. Otherwise, the biscuits or whatever you're making can be tough and gummy. Okay, so now on my working surface, I'm just gonna dust it with flour generously. And then we're gonna turn out our dough. It's kind of sticky at this stage, but that's totally fine. Now with my hands, I'm gonna mix it again until it comes together. I like having a little bit more flour on top, or just flip the whole thing over. Once it becomes less sticky, that's when I know when to stop. Okay, now I'm just gonna coat it. And then what I like to do is fold it in thirds, basically creating some more layers. Let me just flour a little bit more because we're gonna roll it out. And then with my rolling pin, I'm just gonna roll it out until it's maybe like an inch thick. See all those specks of butter? That's gonna make it so soft and fluffy. And now with my biscuit cutter, I'm just gonna start stamping my biscuit dough out. So if you have excess dough like this, you can just repeat the process, just re-roll it, and you get a couple more. So depending on the size of your biscuit cutter, you could get 8 to 10 of these biscuits. Now I'm just gonna brush the top with a little bit of buttermilk, and then I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 425 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. All right, our biscuits are done and they look and smell amazing. I'm gonna set them aside and we're gonna work on our sausage and gravy. I'm gonna start with some Farmer John mild breakfast sausage roll. Farmer John is based in LA and has been a West Coast original since 1931. Now in my skillet, I'm gonna turn it on medium-high heat, and once it's nice and hot, I'm gonna add my sausage in and start cooking it. I'll cook it for about 5 to 6 minutes until it's nice and cooked through, all the while crumbling them up into smaller pieces. Farmer John brings the flavor to any holiday celebration with their collection of delicious, high-quality products like this breakfast sausage, smoked sausages, bacon, hot dogs, lunch meats. Once that's done, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour, mix it up, and then I'm gonna slowly add some milk. We're making a gravy. I'm just adding a little bit of milk at a time so that we don't get those clumps of flour in there. And then after each addition, I just let it come to a boil, scraping all the bits and pieces at the bottom. That's flavor. And our last bit of milk. It's gonna be a nice and thick gravy with our pieces of sausage. And now I'll just season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. perfect. All right, now we are going to assemble our sausage, biscuit, and gravy. So I'm gonna take one biscuit. Look at these fluffy layers. They're gonna be so good. I'm actually gonna open it up for you guys. Super fluffy and flaky. Look at all these layers. But I think I'm just gonna put it whole like this. And now I'm gonna take a generous helping of our sausage and gravy and pile it on top. Parmesan products are available at local grocery stores including Smart & Final, Stater Brothers Markets, Albertsons, Vaughn's, Ralph's, and Northgate. The sausage is so flavorful and it really complements the mild gravy with the soft and buttery buttermilk biscuits that we made. So whether you're watching a sunrise on an early Christmas hike or just bundled up in a cabin watching the snow fall down, celebrating with these sausage, biscuits, and gravy on the West Coast is unlike anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a happy holidays. Comment below and tell me what your favorite breakfast celebration dish is, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!